A few weeks ago, YouTuber Fogle interviewed me for his YouTube channel. I'm going to leave a link in the description to that video. I want you to go check it out. I thought that was great. While we were together, I had a few questions for Cole, and I want you to watch that right now.
I'm Alan, and today I am interviewing Cole. Wait, no, it's the other way around. Sorry.
I'm with Cole Fogle. He's a YouTube legend here in this great country of Taiwan, and who else better to talk to? Cole, I want to retire here. How can I do that?
All right. The first obvious thought is learning the language is helpful, but I don't speak the language very well, so you don't really necessarily need to speak the language, as there are many people in Taiwan now that speak English. So I would say the language is not as much of a problem. I think, honestly, I think Taiwan is a really easy place to move to as a foreigner. There isn't really, it's just, as I know your wife is Taiwanese, so you will automatically get a alien resident card through her. Mm-hmm. So there's your VIP card. If you're a foreigner that doesn't, then you could come here, you could get a job here, or you could work remotely, and after, I don't know, is it 3 years, 4 years, you can get an APRC. But because you're married, you could just immediately move here.
Well, that's
just
good.
Make sure you have the right documents or whatever, and a criminal record charge, a criminal record that it's not a criminal record, sorry, the certificate of not having a criminal record. They make you do a few medical whatevers, and then you can move here. I think it's an easy place to move, actually.
I see Taiwan only through the eyes of a vacationer.
It's a beautiful place to have a holiday as well.
Yeah, but as someone who has lived here, why should someone like me want to retire here, would you say?
I mean, you're from America, I'm from Canada, and the cost of living in both of our countries is only getting worse and worse. I think if you're someone who already owns property where you're from, that might ease some of the suffering, like financially. I just think it is more expensive in 2025 than it was when I came here in 1999. But it's still cheaper, and rent is still cheaper. Like, to buy property is starting to go up, but still cheaper than the States. But rent is just nothing compared to back home. Like, people work to live when they're renting back home. Here, you can actually make a pretty decent income, and all of your income doesn't go towards your rent, is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So I think rent is cheaper here. I think that's a big plus for me. It's hot all year round, so you're not dealing with cold weather if you're someone who doesn't like cold weather.
Like
me. People are really, really helpful and friendly, and almost like overly gracious if you're a foreigner. And so I think that is a benefit for us as foreigners here. It's something I do not take for granted, although you could take it for granted, but I don't. I just think it's just an easy place to settle down. Like, I think it's just, as far as different places in Asia go, I think it's easy.
Do you think the people here see what we see? Do they appreciate it quite as much as we do?
I think some people do, because I do have some Taiwanese friends that appreciate the nature, and they go camping on the weekends, and they find beautiful waterfalls. But do I think the general public? No, I don't. I feel like there is a country to be discovered for the people that live here. Like, I think we're kind of like almost like hyper focused on the beauty here as foreigners.
Right.
But when you live here, I think you get caught up in the work life and living in the city. I think it's easy for a lot of people to not realize the beauty of it. So I would say we appreciate it more, but I'm generalizing, because there might be someone that leaves a comment going, no, I'm Taiwanese, I appreciate it. But I think generalized speaking, no, I think we appreciate it more.
Your top 3 reasons to want to retire here, someone like me.
I think hot weather is better for old people, better for your bones.
Okay.
I think living in, you come from a hot place to begin with, though, but living in Toronto, Canada, for example, the weather is harsh. It snows, there's ice on the ground, old people slip and break their hips, and it's easy to have accidents because of the weather. So I think weather would be number 1 for why it would be good for an older person. The weather is, I think, you live longer here, I think, or you have the potential to live longer here and have less problems. I think the medical system is superior. Canada, I gather, is slightly better than America, but I would say not. I don't think either of the systems are great. I think Taiwan has a superior medical system. You do pay something, but it's relatively cheap, and you can go to whatever kind of doctor you need to go to anytime you need to go to a doctor.
Right.
You don't need a referral from a pediatrician. You can just go to the bone doctor, go to the whatever you need, whatever kind of doctor you need. So I think the weather, number one. I think the medical system, number two. I like the produce here, I guess. I think food is a big one.
Right.
We have fresh fruit all year round, but maybe living in Houston, you have that too. I love the tropical fruit. I love the food here. So food would be one for me. And if I can add a bonus, I think people are just really, 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 really friendly here.
Okay, so done deal. When do I move?
Well, you find a way to pay for the really expensive schooling that your 11-year-old needs. And actually, you know what you can do? No, honestly speaking, if you really wanted to come here, you would homeschool your kid here.
There you go.
And with the lifestyle here, I think you'd have the time to do so. So, and I am someone who believes in homeschooling. My kids are not currently being homeschooled, but I think homeschooling is a perfectly good choice to raise your kid that way. You can socialize them in other ways that don't require going to school. They can join clubs or groups or whatever. So I think that's the answer. Like, as far as we were talking off camera on my channel about that exact issue, you could homeschool your kid. There you go. That's your way over here.
All right, I'm sold. Well, there you have it. I thought Cole brought up some really good points about me possibly retiring in Taiwan, and certainly gave me a lot to think about. I mean, homeschooling my son, I never really thought about that. But since that time when we did the interview and I did my retirement video that so many of you watched, you guys have left some incredible comments about me retiring in Taiwan, the pluses and minuses, and I thought that was great. And I read each and every one of them. So many good points that you guys brought up. Also, since that time, I'm thinking, I'm still probably 2 to 4 years away from retirement. So that gives me plenty of time to think about it. I'm 63, so maybe when I'm 65, 67, we'll see what happens. But I'm thinking, maybe to start off, if I do think about retiring there, is maybe I just retire there for 1 to 3 months out of the year. I like that idea a lot. And maybe that would give me a taste of Taiwan to see if I wanted to stretch it out further. My wife is from Taiwan, so I wouldn't have any issues as far as the legal issues and the visas or the cards or whatever you call them. ARC, is it? I can't remember. But anyway, I wouldn't have that kind of issue. So that wouldn't be a problem. But, there's other factors involved. But anyway, I'm starting to think that maybe if I do, once I get retired, if I could spend 1 to 3 months to start off at the very least, I think that would be a cool option, especially in the winter time. I would love to go to a place like Kaohsiung and hang out there in the winter instead of here in Houston. Now, it doesn't get bitterly cold here in Houston, but it certainly stays a lot warmer there. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. I thought you would really enjoy that conversation I had with Cole. And again, as always, if you have any comments, please leave them down. Please leave me some comments. I love reading them all. So, hey guys, thanks so much again for watching, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.